Hey friends, Pastor Brother Chapman with the Monday message. Hope everybody's doing good, man. It is beautiful outside. Took a little walk, and I was just listening to some preaching while I was just kind of making a lap or two around our neighborhood. And man, I was listening to a guy speak, and he really had some great insight, and I want to share that with you guys tonight. And I kind of put my own little spin on that. And I'm going to call this the Daily Four. And the guy was talking about 4 things that we can do in our life each day that would just really revolutionize how we serve God, how we deal with others, and how we glorify God. So I'm going to give them to you real fast, 4 things. First thing he says, man, if we believe God, if we have faith in God, okay? First thing when we wake up in the morning, are we trusting God with our day? Are we going to him and realizing who he is and what he's done for us? The next thing was this, love God. How do we live out our day each day? By loving God. Are we showing others the love of God through our actions and things like that? Third thing, it's going to be a quick message tonight, obedience to what God wants us to do. And then the fourth thing that was really amazing was glorify God. So we look at those things we talked about here. Believe God. We turn around and we have faith in God. Well, faith in God and believe God, same thing really is what I'm looking at. Love God. And then we turn around and walk through that, and we turn around and we glorify God at the end, okay, through all those things. Obedient and then glorify God. So as I was walking, I was thinking more and more about that. And I thought about these 2 questions that the guy asked. He said, you know, when you live your life each day, if you put these 2 questions into practice, it would revolutionize how you spend your day, how you react with people, how God is glorified through your life. Here are the first 2 things here. He says, before you do anything, before you say anything, okay, ask this question. Is what I'm about to do or what I'm about to say glorify God? Man, I could have saved myself a lot of heartache over the years if I would really run that through the filter. And the next thing he said was this, I thought was really cool. He says, if it doesn't glorify God, how can I make it glorify God? How can I change it to make it glorify God? So there's 2 big questions. Hey, what I'm about to do, what I'm about to say, is it going to glorify God and lift him up and point others to Christ? Or if it doesn't, how can I turn around and say it or do it in a way that glorifies God? So, you know, those are things that we've probably heard before. But, man, I'm going to challenge us, and I'm challenging myself. As I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to look at those things. Hey, man, I'm going to trust God. I'm going to love God. I'm going to be obedient to God. And I want to glorify God. And I'm going to ask those questions to myself in my heart before I do things. And that's my prayer for all of us. That, you know what, that we glorify God with every step of our life. Hey, look, I know sometimes we fly off the handle. I know sometimes you say, man, you just don't know what type of day I'm having. But I'm telling you what, if we set those things in practice in our lives and in our heart, let me tell you, it's going to change the way that we deal with people. It's going to change the way that we respond to folks. It's going to be changing the way that we have the outlook on life. And let me tell you what, people are going to say, man, how in the world does that person deal with that? You know what? It's through those things that we're seeking the Lord, that we're watching what God is showing us, that we're reading his word, and we're applying those scriptures to our life. So check out what I wrote in there, Psalm 115:1. I think that's awesome. It's talking about all of our life is about being glorifying to God. So just a short message tonight. I hope you guys are really enjoying the weather, man. I love being able to get out and do a few things, to see all that God has created, but there's nothing greater that he created than what he's put in you. So I pray tonight, as you listen to the message, jump in with what God's doing. Man, love God with all your heart and share the message, and man, be obedient to what God has you to do. Glorify God with all you do. We love you. We'll see you. Bye-bye.